Hello everyone. Let's look at the Nifty again today, and the Nifty has moved up slightly. You can also see that I've changed some of the levels here. We now have a final confirmation of the zone of interest that I've been talking about since the last couple of weeks. If you've been following, you would know how that is. An important disclaimer before we start: this is for educational purposes. This is not investment advice. Please read the disclaimer in the description box. Like, if you've been following the last couple of weeks at least, you'll see that we've been talking about this specific zone forming, and I've been indicating that this is going to form from a couple of months in July, and this is actually formed now. So the range of importance here ranges from about 700 points, from 24,753 to 25,434. That's where Nifty is locked it in. What does this mean? Now, two indications that the Nifty has given us clearly is that one, as there is a top formation, there is an overbought zone that it has entered officially. So meaning that it is going to be a zone of importance here, because the first indication of an overbought zone is actually a support and resistance zone that it forms to strengthen the market, use it as a platform to launch further, or to tell us that, okay, that is about it. This is going to be a massive zone of resistance. So the Nifty is playing that out right now. This particular zone, along with three more zones that we talked about, have played, and this particular zone is also going to play a very crucial role in the market. For those who haven't been following, somebody who's new, you can look at these three zones that I've mapped out here. That's one, that's two, that's three, and this is the fourth zone here. Um, I haven't drawn the lines here because this is very apparent and very easy to read if you can. I've drawn the lines out here because this was actually for months, and you could see how the Nifty kept bouncing at these levels, including the election volatility that the market saw. It stayed exactly at that level. So 21860 was that one, and the close of it 21884. So 20 points off that indication is exactly where it stopped. Similarly, when you look at this particular zone, you can see how the Nifty goes up, comes around, tests it exactly to the dot, and then goes back up. So these zones are actually really important. I predict these using some proprietary indications that and calculations that I do, and they're all based on price performance. You don't need to look beyond the open, high, low close of a certain day or an hour, however you want to see, whichever time frame you're interested in. I'm looking at the daily here currently. You could go back to the weekly or the monthly, the story remains exactly the same. So if you look at the weeklies as well, look at how clearly that the zones are indicated and respected, followed too. The next question is, how does one look at these zones and predict an outcome of it? The outcome completely depends on how the Nifty is playing around these zones. Testing is definitely going to happen, which means that the Nifty is going to bounce off the tops and bottoms of these levels. And the more it does so, the more it leans so towards a specific direction is where you would see the market breaking out. It's as simple as that. Any breakout indicator works quite similarly. There are some breakout indicators that move vertically, so you need to be very clear about how the channel is forming. So knowing the channel is also quite important, not just the zone of interest. So currently what's happening with the Nifty is it's formed two zones quite close to each other. That makes it a little more difficult to predict, in the sense that if the zone breaks, you'll definitely see the Nifty not holding on to these levels anymore. It will definitely have a tough time staying at around 25,000 or so. But would it slip below 23,985 or 24,000? It probably won't. It might give us a scare, test these levels, and move back up. And that's the mood that the Nifty is in. The global markets look like that too. Currently, the Nifty is still positive, still bullish, being indicating an overbought or indicating an overbought zone or a topping formation does not mean that that is going to be the top. This is an indicator. A confirmation follows this. A confirmation has not happened yet. This is just indicating that this is a very high importance zone, and then the Nifty is going to actually try and move up above this. The supports to watch out is 25434. If the Nifty consistently sustains above this, you might see a very fast paced rally. But until 30,000, you might just see the Nifty move these 700 points that are indicated as this zone and then move towards 30 and so on. That is more likely to happen than anything else, unless there's some other cues that come in, unless there's some technical change. This is how the Nifty is looking currently. Still bullish, following a new zone of interest that is very important for us to follow. If you're looking at the markets in the long term, this is going to be critical to ensure that you're actually making profit in the market, or booking your profits at the right time rather. So please watch out for this and let me know if you'd like to see something else, and please do share, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.